Hey guys, Mr. Kyle with Myers Mathematics, and today is September 12th, so we're doing 4 videos on factoring. You can see them over here in the top right here. We've got x squared minus 4x minus 12, x squared plus 5x plus 4, x squared minus 5x plus 4, and x squared plus 5x plus 6. So 4 videos. Oh my goodness. Here we go. I can spell videos. Or not video. Why did I say videos? Goodness gracious. I have a blonde moment. If you guys didn't know I'm blonde. 4 problems. There we go. I've obviously got more than 4 problems. Alright, here we go. So x squared minus 4x minus 12. Let's just jump right in. So we need 2 things that multiply to give me 12. Right? So obviously 1 and 12. 1 and that number is always an option. But it's not going to work in this case. We want negative 4, and we want to subtract. One of these has to be negative. One of these things, either the 1 or the 12. Not both, only one of them. But one of them has to be negative in order for you to multiply and get negative 12. Right? So I have to make one of them negative, and since I want a negative number when I subtract, I need to make the bigger number a negative. So 1 minus 12, which is negative 11. Now, obviously that's not negative 4, but that's good that I get a negative because I want to get a negative when I subtract here. So I need to make the bigger number negative. So since it didn't work, I'm just going to go on to the next one. 2 and 6, and I need to make the 6 negative again. So 2 minus 6, and that would be negative 4. So there we go. It works. It works. I'm done. Throw some x's in front and call it a day. By the way, that's a positive 2, so I want to put a plus there. You wouldn't want to just put x2. First of all, it wouldn't really make any sense to put x2. And second of all, whenever you put a number and a letter next to each other, it usually means you're multiplying, not adding. So be careful with that. Let's jump right on into the next one here. We've got x squared plus 5x plus 4. X squared plus 5x plus 4. All right. So 4 has 2 sets of things that multiply to give you 4. 1 and 4, and of course 2 and 2. Now, before I do 2 and 2, let's check 1 and 4, see if it works. I want to multiply and get 4, check. Right? Positive, positive. It could be negative, negative. Right? That's another option, negative 1 and negative 4. But that would give me negative 5 when I add. I want to get positive 5. So this actually works. I'm going to throw an x in front, and I'm done. So speaking of getting a positive 5 versus a negative 5, now let's get a negative 5. So you can probably imagine how this will go here. It's going to be exactly the same thing. 1 and 4 multiply and give me 4, but so do negative 1 and negative 4. Negative 1 times negative 4 is positive 4, so that works. And it also gives me negative 5 when I add, which is why it works. All right, so do that. And of course, I don't need to put a little dot there. I just do sometimes to show that I am multiplying there. But whenever you put 2 parentheses right next to each other that are facing in the opposite direction, it means that you're multiplying those 2 things, right? So an ending parentheses followed by a close or opening parentheses means that I'm multiplying, right? And then for the last one here, I have x squared plus 5x plus 6. X, ooh, that's kind of thick. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's kind of a cool color. Well, I don't know. Let's try this one instead. A little galaxy color. And I already forgot what I'm supposed to write. Ah, there we go. X squared plus 5x plus 6. Plus 5x plus 6. The pen colors were just throwing me off there. All right. So let's go ahead and solve this one too. I want to get 5 when I add. So let's go ahead and just try 1 and 6 and see what happens. If I subtract, I can get 5. Right? You see that? 1 minus 6 or 6 minus 1. If I did 6 minus 1, that would give me 5. But I can't do that. Because if I only make one of these numbers negative, it'll give me a negative 6 when I add, not a positive 6. I want a positive 6. So either the 1 and the 6 both have to be positive, or they both have to be negative. If they were both negative, then I'd add them and get a bigger negative number. I want a positive 5, so I need my terms to be positive. So this would be the only option here, positive 1, positive 6. And it doesn't work because when I add 1 and 6, I get 7. So that's out. Right? So let's try the next thing. Well, I know 6 also goes into 2, and it's 2 times 3. All right, so 2 times 3 gives me 6. That works, and they both have to be positive if I'm going to add and get a positive 5. And this time it works. 2 plus 3 is 5, 2 times 3 is 6. So I throw some x's in front, and I'm done. All right, so since I had some time on the end here, I'm going to go ahead and do something extra here. I'm going to FOIL this out. I'm going to check to make sure this works. So I should get x squared plus 5x plus 6 when I multiply this out, and I can FOIL it, right? F-O-I-L, first, outer, inner, and last. Meaning the first two things, x times x, which is x squared, right? The first things, times the outer things, right? So x times 3, so plus 3x. Then the inner things, right? So 2 and x, which is 2x. And then the last things, so 2 and 3, which is 6. Right? So first, outer, inner, last, you multiply the first things, the outer things, the inner things, and the last things. And then we can put 3x and 2x together to get x squared plus 5x plus 6. And there you go. It works. And that's it for today, y'all.